Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to another round of One Piece. That hand I think we will keep, because we will cheat this into this. We'll just have to see how far we can go. Not quite as much aggression as we like, but we've got pretty good curve here. So this will be our 2. We're missing a play on our forward on turn. This will be a good 6, though. Our opponent decides they are going to mulligan. Let's see what they get. Anything? Nope, they miss. Pick our top life. Okay. Whoa! We didn't find anything good. Yeah, give this -2 attack for 6. Well, that ain't bad either, but it's no forward on play. I don't have anything to use here. So we'll keep one Dawn up, so we'll just go like this. Do you want to give me 2 cards? No, they don't want to give me 2 cards. We're just keeping this in case they go aggressive at this. -2, -1. Go 7 at my 3. I'd have to give you a 2, a 4, and a 1. So I can get this up to 2. Do I have a 2K? I don't. I could actually, though. I could go 4, 5, 6. That would get me to 8. Yeah, so we'll do that. There you go. Do we want to get him down to 3 aggressively, or do we want to heal? Healing's probably better. Crashing a Nami? Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have a Dawn in my leader, so I really don't want to attack with this. So we'll just go 5. Ah, Ben Beckman. Fair enough. They are going to give us a run for our money. Yeah, we'll use that trigger. God, I do not need 20 Kumas. We're an 8. I could... Do we want to erase 2 of their guys? That might be good enough. Yeah. Okay, we've whittled their hand down. If they attack this, whatever, they lose us a life. Not super beat up about it. Do we want to get out of this? I could give him a 2 and a 1. Pretty easy. Do I want a blocker? Probably. They're being pretty aggressive. Okay, they place the cards to bottom of the deck, and then they go 9 at me. 2-2-1. And a trigger out of hand. We'll use it. What do we want to play? Probably this. 2 cards to trash. I don't think I need the 14th Kuma. That's not going to get us there. I'd like to do this, but I don't think I can, to be honest with you. We could just die if I do that. I think the better play is Kuma and one of these. Or I could do 2 of these, but I'm going to end up replacing characters on board. You know, ladies and gentlemen. So 4 and a 6 or a 9. They've been playing very aggressively. Give us a nice 2K for that. All 2Ks, which is nice. Then gets another 2K. I attacked leader there because if we lose one of these next turn, I can actually burn that last life and go unblockable. If I live this turn, I can just win. Okay, they have a Ben Beckman. That's probably not good enough. They've been playing excellently, though. But can I get out of a 10? I can't. Uh-oh, they've done good math. Now, if they attack with this, they do lose. They gave the Beckman rush. Yeah, I was like, I think you just lose. GG, my man. GG. Got him. Yeah, you can never attack if you're sitting on 1 life, no blockers, and I got this. That was really close, though. I will give him that. What is this? Alabasta Kingdom. Straw Hat Pirates. It has Banish. They got some spice in that list. They were trying to kill me, though. They were getting close, too. Like, that was super close. I had to give him all the 1Ks. I was down to no counter. I had just enough. Well, GG to my opponent. That was close. Let me know what you guys think. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? if you do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help, and it makes me super happy to see that you guys are enjoying the content. I'll catch you in the next one, though. So as always, good luck and good games. Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to another round of One Piece. That's not a particularly good hand. We're gonna mulligan that. Okay, that's a much better hand. Our opponent chose to go first, which is good for us, because we're going to like that a lot. We're playing Boa Hancock for OP14. We're going against Vivi from EDO 3. We're going to take our top life, and then we're going to put this right back on top, and say, go ahead. Got a nice forward-on play. They give this rush, and we say... use the trigger, lay that out, get another one. Ooh, we found another one. I think we will end up deploying this. Give a Rested Dawn to our leader. Do we want to clear their board? This is probably worth clearing. They can't protect it with effect. We could reveal 3 cards, because we do have them. I do like having this. Let's go... I mean, it only gives 1 Dawn here. Do we care? Won't matter. They're not gonna save it. We're gonna save it. Okay. There we go. We pass it back over. Yep, there they are. Now we might lose this here, because they're gonna go -3 and they're gonna go 7 into our 3K. So we are going to lose it. Oh, they choose to just be aggressive and go at leader. Do I want out of that? Not really. Oh, whoops. That didn't work because they're not at 3 or less life. It's alright. We're showing a little bit of our inexperience with the deck. We're still getting used to it. Okay, we are on 6. And I think we are going to develop our Kuma here. Do we want to develop the Kuma? Yeah, probably. Let's pitch probably this. I like all the other cards. This is really good defense, but I might need it later. But it is one of our revealing targets, so I can't get rid of it. So I do have to get rid of the Bonnie, which is fine. Or Nami. And then we go... reveal 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's where we start the attacks. It's just going to be a 2-2 and a 2-1. Their hand is going to get low. They should take, yeah. And then they should block this and then trash 1 card. Okay, we did get them pretty low there, so we like that. This'll do some work next turn. Looks like they're going to bend Beckman or Kuma, though. Do we use this? I could cheat out like a Ran or another Gorgon Sisters. I feel like I do. Nice. We got one right back. Do we use this to just draw a card? I probably should. Okay. Can we find a Marguerite? Okay, here's where I think Gravity Blade's gonna put in some work. Get rid of both of those. Probably good enough. Don't need to deal with those. And we just keep revealing the same cards. Let's see. We want to go like this, I think. Okay. Double Gorgon Sisters is pretty good. The problem is we are in danger of just dying. We do have some counter in hand. We're going to keep our dot up for this. So what do we want to do here? They've only got 4 cards. We could kill this. Well, let's see if we can pressure this a little bit. Okay, they're telling me that they do not have a lot of counter in hand. So just discarding bricks. Okay, so we just gotta live through next turn. Which is a 9 on turn, so they don't have any other huge guys yet, and we've cleared their whole board. So they should need to play something like the Vivi into a Nami blocker in order to live next turn, because this is a pretty threatening board. Play Ben Beckman, trash the Gorgon Sisters, of course. Yeah. Gorgon Sisters minus here. They are going to be very low. I want to keep that. So what I think I'm going to do is go... It's not really what we wanted to do there, but it's fine. This is going to be pretty good for us, because I think what we're going to do is burn this, heal up. So we'll just go attack. We just got to burn a couple of cards out of their hand. Okay. So now they're on 10. So they're going to want to play one of their big dudes to probably pop this. But that's fine. If they do, they have no defense. They'll lose. We're sitting really heavy on counter now. Yeah. So the game's over. Because you don't have 15k counter here. No, I don't care. just to add insult to injury. Yeah, it just doesn't matter, guy. The game's over. GG. Well, there you go. Couple of small misplays there. We're getting used to the deck. I have not piloted Boa much, but we're figuring it out. And, you know, Boa just feels like you're just trying to luck into a lot of stuff all the time. But, you know, who am I to say? She is a really, really powerful leader. Let's admit that. I don't know if she's going to be the top tier for the Heroines battle. I think Nami is honestly going to take that slot, but you guys tell me. She is fun to play, but she does feel a lot like a casino deck, because I'm really just banking on whatever's here in my life. Like, this wouldn't have felt great to be in my life, just because it's not a trigger. So it really does come down to what ends up in there, so I think that's a good and a bad thing all in itself. Alright, let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you in the next one. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So here's Boa Hancock from OP14. A 5,000 base power leader, and on our opponent's turn, when you play a character, we get to draw one card. So that's all of our trigger bodies. And when we have one Dawn underneath our leader, once per turn, when our Amazon Lily or Kuja types pirate characters with 5,000 base power or more is KO'd, your opponent adds one card from the top of their life card to their hand. So it's a nice burn effect that disincentivizes people from trying to play board control against us, which is really important. Of course, we're playing two of the good card, Charlotte Pudding. 4 cost, 4,000 attack, 1,000 counter. Our opponent returns all the cards in their hand into their deck, shuffles their deck, and draws 5. Just so that we can make sure our opponent isn't stacking a big hand, and we can kill them out of nowhere. And then we've got a 4 cost, 6,000 power, Boa Hancock Blocker. On play, look at the top 3 cards of our deck, then place them in any order on the top or bottom of our deck, then give up to one of our 7 Warlords of the Sea type leader or characters 1 Rested Dawn. So it gets us our leader effect by making sure that we always have that Dawn underneath our leader. Lets us filter the top of our deck a little bit to see if we like the cards. If not, they just go to the bottom. And of course, as a blocker, it triggers the effect of our Boa Hancock. So when we choose to block with it and it goes to the trash, it'll trigger our leader, burning our opponent for 1. And then, of course, we've got Kozuki Hiyori, a 2 cost 0 attack, plus 2k counter. And on play, you can put the top card, or you may put the top or bottom card of your life pile into your hand, and put up the 1 card from your hand on the top of our life. It just makes it so that we can stack our trigger bodies and make sure we get the exact one we want there. Gloriosa, Grandma Neon, is the exact same thing, but it's only a 1k counter. But it is an Amazon Lily, which means it is searchable by our effects, by all of our search cards. And it has a trigger that lets us play the effect and can trigger out the right cards we need onto the top of our life as well. One of the things that Hiyori is missing. And then we've got 4 Marguerite, a 3 cost 5,000 brick on play. Look at the top 5 cards of our deck, reveal 1 Amazon Lily or Kuja type pirate card, add it to our hand, place the rest of the bottom of our deck in any order. The trigger is, of course, we just play this card if our leader is Kuja Pirates, which of course ours is. Okay. Then we've got Ran, a 4 cost 5,000 power, 1,000 counter, activate main once per turn, give up to one of your Rested Dawn cards to our Kuja Pirates type leader or character cards. And it just plays itself out with its own trigger. And then we've got Nami, a 5 cost 6,000 power, 1,000 counter. On play, give up to 1 Rested Dawn card to our leader. And then if our opponent has 3 or more life cards, our opponent adds the top card of their life to their hand, which is always good. And on KO, we can turn the top card of our life cards face up and play one of our cards with 6,000 power or less, which is pretty much all of our Kuja type pirate cards, which is really good. And then another non-engine in Bartholomew Kuma, which is a 6 cost, 7,000 attack, 1,000 counter on play, trash 1 card, add a top card of our deck to our life. Then this character gains +2 cost until the end of our opponent's next turn. On our opponent's turn, on KO, this adds a top card of our deck to the top card of our life, which disincentivizes them from attacking it as well, because they don't want us to heal and get more triggers. And then, of course, the big, scary card of the deck. The 6 cost, 5,000 attack, +2k counter, activate main Gorgon Sisters. Once per turn, we may reveal 3 cards with the Amazon Lily or Kuja type from our hand, and give our leader and all of our characters up to 1 Rested Dawn card each. And the trigger, of course, plays this card out from the hand, which draws us cards. We like that a lot. And then Shaku Yaku. A 6-cost, 5,000 power, 2k counter. On play, if your opponent has 3 or less life cards, draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards from our hand. Trigger, if your leader's Kuja buyers, play this card. It's a really good reason to play out the Nami and other such cards. You want your opponent down to 3 or less life as fast as you can, because a lot of our effects do rely on that. And then we've got a 6-cost, 6,000 attack, 1,000 counter, Silver's Rayleigh. On play, if our leader is multicolored and our opponent has 3 or less life cards, KO with one of our opponent's characters with 7,000 base power or more. You gotta get them down to 3, just because your effect will not work, and the activate main or the trigger will not work either. You gotta get them down to 3 or less. And then, of course, we've got the boss of the deck, Big Boa Hancock, 9-cost, 10,000 attack, Brick. On play, if your leader has the 7 Warlords of the Sea type, add up to 1 card from the top of our deck to the top of our life cards. Then add up to 1 card from the top of our opponent's life cards to their hand. So it heals us, burns them. And it's got a pretty good trigger of play up to 1 character with 6,000 power or less and a trigger from our hand, which is pretty decent. It doesn't neg us a card, unlike all the other trigger bodies, but it gives us a lot of free reign. And then we've got our Slave Arrow, a 1-cost event. Counter, you may return 1 card with a cost of 2 or higher to the owner's hand, and give it to one of our leader or characters plus 4,000 power during the battle, and it's got an okay trigger. It says draw 2 cards, place 2 cards from your hand on the top or on the bottom of our deck. And then a 2-cost Perfume Femur event. It just gives one of our 7 Warlords of Type C leader or character cards plus 2,000 power, and our opponent can't activate blocker when the selected card attacks. Just makes it so we get around all those pesky guys. So usually what it involves happening is burning our opponent down to 0 and then just playing this nice 2-cost. And then we are running 2 Gravity Blade for all those decks that are trying to rush us down or put up a wall of blockers or anything like that. We're just going to use this 7-cost to place up to 2 of our opponent's 6-cost or less characters on the bottom of their deck. The trigger also has a place up to 1-cost 5 or less character on the bottom of its owner's deck as well, so everything triggers. So it's a pretty good deck overall, in my opinion. It's probably going to be toward the top 4 for the Heroines battle. We are getting really close. I believe Heroines battle is going to be something like next week. Some of them have even started already, I believe. So curve looks like Kozuki Hiyori or Grandma Neon, preferably Grandma Neon because it's a 1k and you want to keep these nice 2ks in hand, but it's fine. So that's our first turn. We want to go second. And then on our 4 Dawn turn, what we really would like to be doing is playing this blocker, which is really good because we like the idea of putting a Dawn underneath our leader, establishing a blocker to burn our opponent. But we can also play the Rand because Rand is pretty darn good as well. On our 5 or 6 Dawn turn, it gets a little trickier. You want to be playing this Nami, which is really good to burn our opponent if we don't think we're going to get him there naturally. But this is not protectable by our leader effect, but it does cheat out a lot of our Amazons, so it's pretty good as well. But if we are on our nice even curve, playing the Kuma is always good as well, because we're just going to put the nice trigger bodies there. And if you are clever, if you play this on your 4 Dawn turn, looking at the top 3 of your cards, and you know you have a Kuma in your hand, you want to put the top card is the one you want to draw, and then you're going to want to play that Kuma out, and trash 1 card from your hand, and the second card you placed on top with this effect will be the card you trigger out, so you'll know what that trigger is, which is important, so you can make sure to get good triggers. Or, if you feel like you're going to be just really aggressive and they haven't been touching your life, you can straight drop the Gorgon Sisters. Always better to trigger it out, but if you need to hard play it, you can. It just depends on the situations. So that's probably your trickiest turn. Everything else you want to cheat out with your triggers. And I will say, Boa lives very comfortably at 2 life, so if your opponent's just poking you for 6s or 7s early on, take those hits. You don't need to counter out. Get your hand nice and big, trigger out extra guys, play your luck. You want to play your luck with this deck. Your 8th Dawn turn. It's a little trickier. You might want to play out one of these into just some aggression, put some Dawn places. Another Kuma's not a bad deal. Playing in the Gorgon Sisters on that 8th Dawn, if you played this last turn, not a bad idea either. This is very situational. You're less likely to have it. I do like Gravity Blade on your 8th Dawn turn, because you know what you're going to be doing on your 9 Dawn turn, so being able to Gravity Blade, get rid of some of your opponent's threats or blockers, and then go aggressive by using a Gorgon Sisters you cheated out last turn to put Dawn, all the rested Dawn that you used for the Gravity Blade underneath stuff. Very solid. And then if you don't have any of those options, you might just need to go like a Marguerite to get a guy on board plus a Ran. That'll get you there. Or even a combination of any of these cards. They're all pretty good. Once you're on your 9 Dawn turn, you really do just want to be slamming this Boa Hancock, unless you're worried about dying, in which case you need to get some defense back up. Kuma doesn't do you any better than slamming this, because this will heal you and burn your opponent. But if you need to do like multiple blockers, sometimes that is necessary. You'll see me do it in one of my games. It does happen. But basically, on your second 9 or 10 Dawn turn, what you're going to be doing is playing this unblockable. They should be at 0, because you should have burned them with like a Nami. You should be playing really aggressively attacking them. They probably don't have the counter to go after you. And then you can just slam the unblockable and attack them for 20k with the Boa unblockable. Or even just slamming onto one of these guys if you just have a bunch of little bodies. If you get to your first 9 or 10 Dawn turn and they don't have any life left because you've been ultra aggressive, don't feel the need to play this. Drop a blocker down, use the Dawn with a Gorgon Sisters, put it underneath characters, just attack a bunch. That's fine too. Slave Arrow. The 1-cost event, what you're going to be bouncing is these guys. Hopefully you can get these off board using this event before you have had to replace them, but sometimes that happens. But that's just the way to go about it. These are just good 2k counters most of the time. This is where your counter is going to come from. This is going to be a good counter event. Make sure your opponent's hand doesn't get out of control. You should be able to be really aggressive by applying your trigger bodies quite frequently. Make sure that you can get your opponent down to 0 so you can use the unblockable really well. I end up with multiple unblockables in my hand in some of these games, and it is good enough. All right, let me know what you guys think. Is this a good enough list? I just kind of threw this together real fast. I am not a huge Boa player. It feels a little casino-y at sometimes, because if you don't hit those triggers in your life, it just feels really bad. But there is a lot of good ways to set them up now, because we are playing 7 of these total to set those up. And then, of course, like I was telling you, with the Kuma and the Boa Hancock, you can kind of use these to set this up. So you're really looking for this early so that you can set up your Kumas. So you're looking for a combination of these cards here to set your triggers up perfectly. And if you miss that, you're kind of out of luck, and then you're at the luck of the draw. But it is a really good deck. So let me know what you guys think. I think that's all I got for you. So do me a favor. Tune in. Catch you in the games.